Johnny Country in the middle. Rutherford and Owens, a pair of good guards. 4. And there's Eddie Sutton. Look at him. He's never finished lower than second in the Big 8. 5th season at Oklahoma State with a record of 112-42. For the Iowa State Cyclones, Mikalik and Hoiberg will start it forward. Lauren Meyer, the big man in the middle. It's Derek Hayes and J.C. Holloway at the guard position. Tim Floyd in his first season at Iowa State is 18-6. He knows this is a pivotal game tonight. It's going to get loud. It's going to rock. We'll be back right after this.
Iowa's only flex
Scored by Cyclones this season. The Iowa Farm Bureau Federation, Norwest Bank, and the ISU Athletic Department will donate a total of $300 per made three-pointer to the Caring Program for Children. This statewide program helps children get a healthy start in life. We've got a fantastic matchup in the middle. It is Bryant Big Country Reeves and Lauren Meyer, and the crowd consents that this is a pivotal game in the Big 8 season.
Keith, this is a different crowd than it was here at the Nebraska game. This crowd is ready for this game. We were not ready for the Nebraska Cornhusker one.
Well, Lauren Meyer better be ready for Big Country, along with Julius Mikalik and everyone else on the Cyclone Ball Club. Oklahoma State ranked 22nd. Iowa State is 21st.
Good matchup will be right there. Hoiberg with Collins covering him. Collins 6'6", good defensive basketball player.
J.C. Holloway passes on the shot. Shot clock down to 7. And Derek Hayes travels, and Oklahoma State will have its first crack at a basket.
And that isn't the way you want to start out. First possession, get the tip, and commit a violation. I'm sure they were trying to get the ball down inside. They'd like to get Lauren Myers, I'm sure, off the block in a hurry.
Well, maybe some jitters, even at this point in the season. Team sense that this is an important one. Pierce passes up on a shot. Rutherford with the ball. He is so dangerous.
This guy's been hot as of late and continues. He was 9 of his last 16 from the three-point mark after only going 2 for 13 to start the season. He's red hot.
Andre Owens is the point guard for the Cowboys, and he gives Oklahoma State a 3-0 early lead.
Got Lauren Meyer pulled out high, trying to draw Big Country out.
And again, the Cyclones taking their time to get a shot. J.C. Holloway reverses.
Good drive by Holloway. We say doesn't shoot the ball that often, but he makes a good penetration there. Shields the defenders away by taking it up underneath for the reverse layup.
Well, teams are sagging off Holloway, daring him to shoot, so Holloway takes it to the hoop. Pierce with a shot. It's good.
This is the thing that's really elevated the Cowboys as of late. Their support players, Pierce, Collins, and Owens have really been coming on strong and playing well. All of them shooting the ball well offensively.
They've not had a missed attempt yet. Mikalik spinning in and finds Hoiberg. Derek Hayes, baseline, no good. Mikalik follows in a battle with Reeves, and Mikalik wins the battle.
Good judgment there by Mikalik. He used his dribble. Looked like he might want to try and force it through and take the shot up, but he kicks it back out.
Meyer from way out.
Maybe at just a little longer range than what Tim Floyd would like. I think he'd like to have him be inside the circle.
And again, Mikalik takes it away from Big Country. Mikalik will shoot the jumper. Good.
This is what Iowa State needs right now. They've been hurting offensively, particularly out of Ulo's outside shooting. He's scoring some points, but hasn't been consistent there. If they can get that, they're going to be tough.
Hayes all over Rutherford, and Hayes whistled for a foul. Rutherford with a very strong finish against Missouri this past weekend. Oklahoma State ended up losing that game 81-79, but Rutherford with several threes and free throws down the stretch, even some defensive steals to get Oklahoma State back in the game.
Well, he's really been playing well. In 3 of the last 4 ball games, he's had 31 against Nebraska, 28 against Colorado, and then that 30 against Missouri, which they lost by 2, 81-79.
He is one of the best-kept secrets in the Big 8 Conference. Very underrated player, although you hear more and more people talking about Randy Rutherford. A couple of free throws, and Oklahoma State is up by 3. Not a slow start here. Both teams playing well at the beginning.
Iowa State goes into a box. Low, they're trying to Get Hoiberg there coming out off the pick.
Collins just ran into a screen, but Hoiberg unable to get free for a shot.
Collins really playing tight on Hoiberg.
Hayes is in trouble, and Oklahoma State trap works. Rutherford slows it down and gives it back to Owens. Reeves not a factor so far, but you can bet he will be.
Good inside position that time, and Big Country was just trying to get by with a little subtle push in the back. Gets caught by official David Hall. Watch, here goes Rutherford. 222 shots he's put up from three-point range this year. Comes off. There's a little push by Big Country, his first.
Reeves picks up foul number 1, and that every foul on Reeves is a big one for Oklahoma State's game plan. Lauren Meyer had a strong second half against Nebraska. He had been in a slump. And Reeves picks up his second foul. That is huge.
Well, this was the problem he had down in Missouri. He sat out a lot of time in that one, picking up early fouls.
Time now for tonight's Pioneer Seed Corn Trivia question. The question is, who is the all-time leader in free throw percentage for his career at Iowa State? Eddie Sutton is not happy. Big Country will have to go to the bench. John Nelson checks in. Gary, how big is it with Big Country picking up his second foul with 16:15 to go in the first half?
Well, all you're doing is sitting down the #1 rebounder in the conference, the #2 scorer, and the #1 field goal percentage-wise.
And Fred Hoiberg ties the game for Iowa State. Hoiberg, who delivered the huge 3 against Nebraska in overtime.
Well, he's got some quick guns of his own, Fred Hoiberg. He fit right in with the Cowboy theme.
It seems like he's shooting it quicker every game, too. He just touches it, and it's up.
Big guy in there now, freshman John Nelson, 7-footer, has been seeing time sparingly.
Nice to back up a 7-footer with another 7-footer. Cowboys up 2. It'll be interesting to see if the Cyclones can build a lead with Big Country on the bench, but Owens with the steal. And all the way to the hoop. Nice play by Andre Owens.
Andre Owens, a junior college kid out of Midland Junior College. Started off slow, had the typical junior college blues, but has really come on strong and playing like they expected him to do. He's become a leader.
Good decision that time by Mikulik. He nearly reached over.
That's one of those you've got to come off, and he did.
Holloway nearly picks up a steal. This is Pierce. It's short, and Holloway with the board.
Good check off by Holloway.
Owens sneaking up behind him, but Holloway senses it.
Cyclones need to do some good with Big Country on the bench right now. This will be pivotal as far as both teams are concerned.
It would be a moral victory for Oklahoma State, but Mikulik helps the Cyclone cause.
Mikulik being aggressive offensively. Cowboys want to travel, but he has that ability. It's that European move. Keep that pivot footed, step, step, step through, and finally give it on.
You really hear the crowds when the Cyclones are on the road because it definitely looks like traveling sometimes, but he keeps the pivot foot down. And another whistle, and this time Pierce picks up a foul. The Cowboys with some early problems. Eddie Sutton doesn't like the way the fouls are being called. Fred Hoiberg getting it done for the Cyclones once again.
Quality. A level.
And this week's Phillips 66 Big 8 Player of the Week was Julian Winfield from Missouri. He led his team to 2 wins last week, including a win over the Cowboys. Congratulations to Julian Winfield. Budweiser quick stat for you. Both teams lighten it up from the field. Oklahoma State at 50%, which is actually below their average, if you can believe that. Iowa State at 57%. And Big Country has checked back in for Oklahoma State to see if his game is altered any. Is he going to play careful right here, Gary?
Well, he has had the ability to play with fouls, and I'm surprised. I thought probably Eddie Sutton would leave him on the bench, let him sit there until at least Iowa State got the ball game tied. As long as he had the lead, I thought he'd let him sit with those 2 fouls. But he has proved time and time again he can stay away. I think Iowa State has to take a shot at him, and when you shoot it, he's going to just put his hands up. He's not going to go up and try and block any shots now, particularly with 2 fouls.
Nice follow by Rutherford, but the ball is loose, and it comes out to Holloway. Oklahoma State is ahead because Iowa State has turned it over 5 times.
Well, that really hurts in the early part of the ball game when you're trying to get a hold of the lead. And reduce those amount of times that you get a shot at the basket.
Holloway was the key to that miss there, flying back through and putting a hand in the face.
And Keontae Roberts is on Hoiberg right now, and he was really holding him as they went through that time. It's going to be a war for Fred, as it always is.
Yeah, Hoiberg doesn't get many easy shots. Yulo with good hands.
Well, Yulo is stepping up.
Wonder if Yulo had a challenge before they took the court. Maybe Tim Floyd did one of his famous challenges. He's done that a few times this year, and it usually works. He gave one to Lauren Meyer at the half of that Nebraska game.
You got Church League in Slovakia, too, I imagine.
I'll bet they do. And if they do, I'll bet he heard about it. There's Gary alluding to the fact that Floyd said at the halftime to Lauren Meyer that you're gonna be playing in the Ruthven Church League next year if you don't step it up.
We see Meekley covering on the big country, trying to keep Lauren Meyer out of foul trouble. He'll help down behind, and Meekley on the top side to try and keep Lauren out of that foul trouble.
Earl Beacham has had a good career against Oklahoma State, and he checks in. He's made 47% of his threes against the Cowboys. 6 turnovers now for Iowa State, and that is way more than Tim Floyd would like to see at this point of the game.
In the Missouri game, the Cyclones had a little trouble with those kind of plays. At delivering the ball with a good pass where the guy could handle it. They had cinch buckets in that basketball game. They could just put it where their teammate could handle the ball.
Oh, it's frustrating for Cyclone fans to see those drop balls right under the basket in those short misses. Mikalik again comes away with it.
See, Iowa State's going to lay off of people like that. They're going to make them shoot the basketball. The support people, the people are going to have to step up for Oklahoma State. They're going to lay off the shooter.
I'll be surprised if Floyd doesn't go to Jason Kimbrough pretty soon. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza. If you ordered a Domino's Pizza right now, you'd be enjoying it before the second half started. The Cyclones and Cowboys are tied at 11. We'll see what Tim Floyd said to his team when we come back. On video, Iowa State and Creative Sports have produced a special home video chronicling the Johnny Orr story at Iowa State, and it's available to you. See and hear Coach Orr reflecting on his outstanding teams, marquee players, and most memorable victories. Call 1-800-764-5441 to reserve your copy of this exclusive home video. It's $19.99 plus shipping and handling. We'll get that phone number up for you a little later in the telecast. It's 1-800-764-5441. And Tim Floyd does make the change to Jason Kimbrough, so J.C. Holloway sits down. The Cyclones have been turning it over a bunch, and Kimbrough maybe can offset a little bit of Owen's quickness.
Well, Iowa State 7 early turnovers, the Cowboys only 1. On the other hand, Big Country has not taken a shot yet, and Rutherford has only got 2 shots off. He's fouled on the 1, so Rutherford with 2 free throws, and Big Country has always turn and go, and you've got a bucket.
Oh, it goes in. Mikalik has had a lot of bad luck on shots like that this season.
That's the feel right there. You can see the overplay. As soon as that overplay comes, you get it turn, go right to the bucket. Good recognition.
Excuse me, Gary. Cyclones on a 6-0 run over the last 4 minutes to take the lead at 13-11.
Meekley continues to cover on Big Country.
Just incredible that the big guy has not taken a shot.
Now you see Lauren Meyer, he's got a 6'11 guy in front and a 6'11 guy behind. Keontae Roberts, not known for shooting, but knocks it down.
That's a 2-pointer. He had a foot on the line, so we're tied at 13.
Roberts' strength has been defense and rebounding, particularly key rebounds for him. Big rebounds.
Fred Hoiberg with Keontae Roberts in his shoes.
Let me tell you, any pass to Hoiberg is going to have to be delivered at the right time. They are really riding him, and
oh, he got it!
Well, Hurl Beecham had his career high against the Cowboys, 25 in 1994 for his career. He's 11 out of 23 against the Cowboys from three-point range.
Owens misses, and Meyer with a strong board. Iowa State shooting 70% from the field. They have been in a shooting slump. This is good news for Tim Floyd. Meyer with the spin move, baseline good.
He's not going to have to worry about Big Country right now. Blocking any shots or really bodying up to him very much. If he's active in there and takes it to the bucket, he's going to get wide open cuts. We got a 20-second timeout by the Cowboys.
Cowboys want to talk it over. Enter the Budweiser Championship ticket giveaway, and 2 all-session tickets to the Big 8 Conference Basketball Tournament in Kansas City could be yours. It's easy. Just print your name, address, zip code, and age on a 3x5 card and send it to the address on your screen. Winner will be selected via a random drawing of all entries received before midnight of February 28th. You must be 21 years of age or older to enter. For a copy of the official rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the same address. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri. And here you see Lauren Meyer going to town on Big Country. And Gary, you say that he can do that every time right now.
Yeah, because the Big Country cannot play him tough. He cannot bump him and body him very much or worry about that third foul. And when he goes up for the shot, he's just going to put his hands up. So as an offensive player, you got to take it right to it. Turn, don't worry about any shot getting blocked. Just relax and take your normal shot.
The most interesting thing to me so far is Big Country has not taken a shot. That is amazing. We're at the 9:30 mark. Julius Mikulik has 6 points of the 11 during this big Cyclone run, and he is also guarding Big Country, although he's getting some help from Meyer and the rest of the team. Shot clock down to 1. Cyclone defense works. Iowa State will take possession. This is intense defense here.
Not characteristic of that club, that coach's club right now, Oklahoma State, to not be aware of the time on that clock. Of course, you can credit probably the Cyclone fans at Hilton Magic with the noise, not being able to communicate very well.
Forgot about the 20-second timeout there, and the shot clock just whittled away. Hurl Beecham has hit his 1 shot attempt. That's always a good sign for Hurl. He's somewhat of a streak shooter. Meyer kind of gingerly backs it into the paint. Now he's going to take it strong. Oh, and that's going to be a travel call.
It's the right idea. Just got to be able to move your feet. Watch him. He's got to post it up. See, deep. He cannot body or push right. Holding his way. Meyer just clearly takes it in right there and then gets called for the traveling.
And I think what threw him, he put his foot down on Big Country's foot, and that kind of threw him into the travel mode. He couldn't get his feet back beneath him.
Good illustration there. I was talking about Big Country not being able to cover, though. And there's Scare, Jason Scare, a freshman who's coming on, gaining more confidence all the time.
It wasn't the prettiest three-pointer you'll see, but it goes. He's only shooting 28% from three-point range.
See if they keep working Lauren Meyer, right?
Tough defense both ways. Somehow it finds Hoiberg. He goes into the big man, and there's the presence of Reeves right there.
Well, that was a little bit of intimidation, but again, see, Big Country just went up with his hands. All you do is really take the shot, elevate it, and put a little arch on, get it over, because he is not going to go after the ball.
Rutherford from the concession stand. That guy can shoot from anywhere, and suddenly the Cowboys are ahead 19-18.
And he's a big-time shooter. As I said, he has shot 222 shots from the three-point stripe. In fact, 66% of the shots he takes are beyond the arc.
See if it goes to Meyer. It does. Meyer double-teamed by Rutherford. Back into Meyer. Baseline, turnaround, good!
Well, from Eddie Sutton's standpoint, or viewpoint right there, he's going to say, well, if Lauren Meyer can take it out, they're consistent with hit on us, then that's what we have to give him right now. I'd rather see that than him powering the ball around the basket, the chance for Country to pick up that third.
Rutherford with a miss, and Hoiberg with a good rebound.
Best hands I've ever seen, I think, on a basketball player. As good as anybody, Hoiberg. Big hands, strong hands, always comes away with the ball.
Mikulik has come to play. Yulo has 10 points, and he is really working.
points against Nebraska, and that was his best point production over the last 12 games. So he's on his way tonight with 10 earlier.
Getting loud at Hilton, but Pierce silences the crowd. Oklahoma State not intimidated. It's 22-21, Cyclones by 1. Terrific start.
Like Big Country might be a little bit tired. They're triple teaming. When you've got to fight all that physical effort down the side. And there again, Big Country not with the effort to get there quick enough.
Couldn't challenge him, and Meyer bends the rim down. Meyer and Mikulik are playing with intensity as much as we've ever seen them. They are really into this ball game. Good sign for Cyclone fans.
Well, Cyclones are really taking it to the Cowboys inside. Between Mikulik and Lauren Meyer right now, they're really playing good basketball.
Just a reminder, later in the game, we will be choosing the Pioneer Hybrid player of the game. James Hamilton's going to check in for the Cyclones. It's a good one. Iowa State 24, Oklahoma State 21. Remember that later in the telecast, Gary and I will be choosing the DuPont Accent Off the Bench Award winner. That's the Cyclone coming off the bench to make the greatest contribution to his team. DuPont Accent Corn Herbicide. The Accent is on tomorrow. And the one thing I cannot get over so far, Gary, there's 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the half, and Big Country has not taken a shot.
Well, he hasn't been able to see the ball. Iowa State's defense has just shut him out in there. Tim Floyd done a great job. See Mikulik in front. And now they lost there. Lauren Meyer's the guy who's been behind, covering on defense. And with him out there, there's a little confusion, and they get it over the top.
Nice play drawn up by Eddie Sutton, and Tim Floyd and his staff with a great game plan here to stop Big Country from shooting. A Budweiser quick stat, Iowa State strong on the boards with a 6-board advantage. And Yulo takes it to Big Country. He's picked up his third.
This is not a good matchup for Big Country. Let's see who the foul is on.
They don't call it on Reeves. It is not called on Reeves. On Andre Owens.
That would have been big, but
that would have been huge.
Again, with Big Country on Mikulik, this is tough because Mikulik has that ability to step through on you and catch the foul. Let's watch him right here. Goes through. Well, I couldn't see the number of the individual where that was called on.
I think they called it on Andre Owens. Number 35. Well, a break there for Reeves, because that would have been tough to pick up that third foul. And Yulo in and out. Cyclones up by 1.
That's the first free throws that Iowa State has shot in the ballgame.
Unusual for the Cyclones. Hoiberg called for the push. Let's quickly go back and check on how each team is doing on Gary Thompson's DuPont Accent keys to victory. Gary?
Well, Oklahoma State has certainly done that. They've kept their fouling down. We said that was the first free throws that Iowa State has shot, and it came on a 2-shot foul right in there. No, it was on the 2-shot foul, yeah. Then Rutherford, they've held him in check. For Iowa State, they got off to a quick start except for the turnovers, and Lauren Meyer has stayed out of foul trouble and got 6 points. So things working pretty well right now.
James Hamilton with some strong defense. Hamilton has really come alive this year. He's been having an outstanding season. He's not going to post huge numbers, but just gives you steady play at defense, and he's always hustling like that.
Good hands, deflections.
Nice pass to Hamilton. Oh! Maybe tried for a little more than he was able to get on that play.
Well, he had to stretch out. It wasn't one of those where he could plant and then go underneath and kind of straight up at the basket. He was stretched out, going horizontal. That's tough. Ended up to be a tough shot.
Tough shot, a little out of control. Tough shot for anybody. Owens, that's a turnover. Owens tries to tie up Beecham, and now the Cowboys have 5 turnovers. And more than anything, you have to credit the defenses of both teams. Is just.
And that was Hamilton again, getting a hand in there, making the deflection. He was the one that caused it.
Mikulik gets fancy, and it's going to cost him. Beecham thought he had all ball. As going to pick up a foul instead, but Hurl hustling back to at least make Oklahoma State earn 2 points. Let's see if he got it.
Holloway come back. Beecham will come into the picture now. You see right there. There's Beecham right there. Ooh, boy.
Whoa,
that looks like he got mostly ball.
Maybe brushed the elbow, but nice play by Beecham.
That's one of those where you're not taking a swing either. That was really done softly on the block, which normally is a kind of a block that doesn't draw attention to the official, is when you take a wild swing at it to block it.
Andre Owens worth about 78% on the free throw line, and Rutherford is going to take a breather. So Eddie Sutton trying to keep his top players fresh. Into the game is Terry Collins. Owens misses the second one, and ball pushed out, and Oklahoma State will have another crack at it. We're tied with under 4 minutes to play first half. Lob pass, Meyer takes it away, and Meyer is hurt.
Whether he's got a finger, maybe in the eye. Now there he's holding.
Yeah, he probably took a finger to the eye. You're right, Gary.
You tell right away he didn't go to any ankle or knee, so that's what you had to guess would happen. Ohio State continues to do a great job on the inside. Hamilton behind, Meyer, or Lauren Meyer in front, deflects it. Concentration there to go back after it.
Looked like Big Country just caught him in the eye there, but does not pick up the foul. Tied at 24. And Gary, Big Country really fortunate not to pick up his third foul here in the first half.
Yeah, he took a swipe at that ball with Lauren Meyer, and he's actually the one that jammed the thumb into Lauren. You see him coming down on the play right there. Now you look at the academic all-star right here.
Just a reminder, at halftime, we will be naming our Northwest Banks academic all-star. Meyer gets him up in the air and goes strong to the hole. The follow is good. Not sure if that was Hamilton or Meyer. I believe Meyer.
I think it was Meyer, and that was a result of getting Big Country up in the air. He misses the shot, but he's got nobody now to check him, and he comes back and tips it in. Good follow of the missed shot.
Meyer has 8 points. Earl Beecham has his second foul.
Number 53, Earl Beecham, his second personal.
Let's go back and see if we can figure out who did score this basket.
Here's Meyer bringing him out high, up fake, gets him off, comes in there. Now nobody big enough to contend with him, and I give it to Meyer.
Well, Meyer gets credit for the bucket. Terry Collins very close to scoring that one for Iowa State. He has the ball now, throws over to Pierce. And he walks.
Well, the big hand of Lauren Meyer there made Pierce turn down the shot.
Eddie Sutton's Cowboys sure were impressive on Big Monday against Kansas, weren't they?
That was one of the great individual efforts by Bryant Reeves. 33 points and 20 rebounds against one of the top teams in the country, the Kansas Jayhawks.
First player in Oklahoma State history to have 30 points and 20 rebounds, and he had 33 points. Tremendous effort. You got that big line at Kansas, and he just somehow offset the entire threesome. Kimbrough is open. He'll take it. He drains it.
Well, he hit a couple of little jumpers like that against Nebraska. He's shooting the ball a little bit better.
Jason Kimbrough is 45% from the field this year. His shooting has improved a lot since last season. Cyclones up 4. We're nearing the 230 mark. And Pierce, he's just calm and cool out there from about 17 feet.
Well, those support players, as we said, have been keeping Oklahoma State right in there. Deontay Roberts and Pierce, and of course Andre Owens was off to a quick start. 7 quick points in the ball game.
Well, that one didn't have enough on it. But Tim Floyd has to be somewhat concerned that the Cyclones are only up 2 points, and Reeves has 2 rebounds and no points. You know, sooner or later, somebody's going to awaken the sleeping giant. Reeves with another board. Crowd wants to travel.
Good ball movement here again. Ooh, boy, good hustle that time by Meyer to shut off the passing lane to Big Country Reeves.
Owens is open. Shot no good. Pierce with a flying rebound. Blocked by Meyer. Over to Big Country. We'll see if the basket is good. Hamilton fouled him.
Number 21, James Hamilton. His
Well, that bucket will be good, yeah.
Yep, Reeves has his first bucket.
Big block by Meyer, and as he goes out right there, Pierce with a good look, catches Country there. Right there, if you're Hamilton, see, he just kind of makes a touch foul. You've got to make it strong so he can't get the ball up to the basket, which when you're covering Big Country, that's awfully tough to do to stop him anyhow. But you can't make a pity-patty foul on him. You've got to get it hard.
Hamilton looked like he's playing duck, duck, goose. I guess he was going for the ball, but he just hit the top of Reeves' head.
Lost track. Now, was that his first shot? That's what I thought.
With a minute 36 to go, he takes his first shot. Tremendous defensive scheme for Iowa State, but the Cyclones don't have the lead despite just 3 points for Reeves. Again, this illustrates that Oklahoma State is not a one-man team.
No, they've got some weapons, and they're good role players. And turnovers is what's hurting Iowa State, and the Cowboys turning it over. Transition game, getting out quick, looking down court, getting the cheap bucket.
Cowboys now with a 3-point lead, and we've talked a lot about Reeves not shooting much. What about Fred Hoiberg? He just has 3 points, and he's only taken a couple of shots. Meyer in the lane. He's calling for a foul. There isn't one. The Cyclones will maintain possession as Ben Baum checks in. Reeves will go sit down. Sutton doesn't want him to pick up his third foul with a minute to go in the half. Out to Mikalik.
Talk about Andre Owens now. He's got 10 points. The average is 8.
Beecham is open. Oh, in and out, but Meyer tries to follow up and can't hang on. There's a little more time on the game clock than there is the shot clock.
Cyclones right now need a good stop on this possession. Come down and score, get some momentum back going into halftime.
Cowboys would love a 2 or 3-pointer here and really open up the lead.
Collins trying to force his way through.
Baum takes the shot. No good, and Iowa State with 11 seconds to go. Shot clock off. Down 3, trying to get to the half with some momentum.
If I was Oklahoma State, I'd catch a foul early. Well, he's going to get the shot off.
Meyer takes the shot. Kimbrough follows. Good! Jason Kimbrough with a terrific follow-up.
That was real awareness right there by Kimbrough.
Jason Kimbrough comes off the bench to spark the Cyclones. Watch this follow-up. Great presence, and the Cyclones are down 1. Tonight's game, Hilton Coliseum, it's Oklahoma State 31, Iowa State 30. And Gary, this is the 10th broadcast we've done together this year, and I think it's safe to say that's the best half of basketball we've seen. Both teams with just tremendous efforts.
Well, it was a good half of basketball, and this crowd was in it from the start. And before the ball got tipped off, they were in it. And at Iowa State, their defensive plan scheme has really been good. They shut down the 2 main guys, but the support people for the Cowboys have stepped up, and they've got over 20 points in this first half. But I think it's the kind of game plan that Tim Floyd wants right now.
2 questions for Tim Floyd. Can he keep Brian Reeves from scoring in the second half the way he did the first half? And how do you get Fred Hoiberg some shots?
That's the other key. They've done a good job on Fred, keeping him. He's got 1 3-pointer. But to keep Big Country from only 3 points in the second half, that's impossible. We just try to eliminate him and keep him down. I think they can do that with the defensive scheme they've got. But you've got to get Fred some shots now, too.
Kind of fun to watch these coaches match wits, isn't it?
It is. They're 2 great coaches.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's been a terrific game. We're excited about the second half. Come on back after this. Leads it by a point at the half, and this is the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Iowa Caring Program for Children halftime report, and our special guest is Leah Pearson with the Iowa State women's track team. And not only does Leah excel at the half mile at Iowa State, but she is also, well, the crowd kind of resting up for what promises to be an exciting second half, one of our best halves of basketball all season long. And Gary, I guess Iowa State has to be pleased with the way they shot the ball in the first half. I know it probably upset about the turnovers, but the field goal percentage, 61%, kind of coming out of that slump.
Yeah, they'd only shot about 41.5 was the best over the last 4 games. So they got to be pleased with that.
Going to need to keep the torrid pace in the second half because this one promises to go down to the last few minutes. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light. Norwest Banks to the nth degree. Pioneer Hybrid International Incorporated. Dave and his team at Wendy's, always ready to serve you the best quality food at the best value price. And DuPont Accent Corn Herbicide. The accent is on tomorrow. Time now to take a look at the halftime statistics brought to you by Bud Light. And the first thing that jumps out at you is the field goal percentage and the fact that Iowa State did not make a free throw in the first half.
Yeah, that hasn't happened for a long time where the Cyclones haven't got to the, well, they got to the free throw line, but did not score any points from the foul line. In other words, shooting percent, 61% for Iowa State, 46 for Oklahoma State. The big story is the Stars. Rutherford, only 5 shots, has hit 1. Hoiberg for the Cyclones, 3 shots, has hit 1, a three-pointer. And, of course, Bryant Reeves has only hit 1 shot and only taken 1 shot. So it's been tough to come by to get shots for the big guns.
Let's check and see the schedule to start the second half, brought to you by Norwest Banks. Norwest to the nth degree. Oklahoma State goes with the same lineup: Pierce, Collins, Reeves, Rutherford, and Owens. And for the Cyclones, we think they're going to go with the same 5: Mikalik, Hoiberg, Meyer, Hayes, and Holloway. Although Jason Kimbrough came off the bench for Tim Floyd's team and did quite a job. We have a halftime score for you from Columbia, Missouri. Iowa State women trying to pick up their second conference win. All tied up at 24. And when those two teams played in Ames, came down to the last shot with Missouri winning it. So the Cyclones would like to return the favor at Missouri. And there's Bryant Reeves, only 3 points in the first half. Eddie Sutton will try to get him the ball more. Tim Floyd will try to keep it away. We are underway at Hilton Coliseum. Second half of Big 8 basketball. Cyclones trying to win their 5th conference game, which would be more than they won all of last season. And Pierce picks up where he left off.
You know, Eddie Sutton told him, we caught him over there talking to his team, but I says, take your shot, don't hesitate. When it comes around, put it up. And that's exactly what Pierce did. And they support players, other than Reeves and Rutherford, have now scored 25 of the 33 points for the Cowboys.
Holloway is indeed the starter in the second half. Shot clock inside of 15. Meyer, strong move, but it doesn't fall. And coming out of there with it is Andre Owens, who had a sharp first half for the Cowboys. Reeves has 2 fouls. He flirted with 3 a couple of times, but never picked it up.
Andre Owens, to the junior college point guard, had a big first half. 10 points, 4 out of 7 from the field.
Cowboys taking their time. Reeves up top. Bingo.
Good adjustment by the Cowboys there. They're doubling and tripling him down inside. He comes out the top, and he can hit that little shot. Nobody hustling that time to recover. I think that surprised Iowa State.
Crowd has yet to get into the second half the way it was in the first half, and the blocking foul called down low on Terry Collins. Both teams trying to come out and get it to their stars. Reeves touches it, makes a field goal, and then Hoiberg finds it down on the baseline, draws the foul. Inbounds play to Mikalik. Hoiberg shoots it in a hurry. That's a quick release.
Boy, you've got to shoot it quick. When you've got Terry Collins covering you, 6'6", 185-pounder, quick, great defender.
Clones down 3.
Well, you kind of look for those big-time players to step up.
Meyer comes away with it. Hoiberg ran right by it, or he probably would have had a breakaway jam. Hoiberg cutting back to the basket. The alley-oop attempt does not work. They're calling it off Holloway, so Oklahoma State hangs on to it. Tim Floyd disagrees.
Iowa State probably going a little bit quicker that time on offense than Tim Floyd wanted. It's kind of one of those risk plays rather than the solid percentage play.
Traffic just a little too crowded for the alley-oop pass. Somehow the ball goes to Collins, and nice move, strong to the hole. Got up in a hurry. That play happened so quick.
That's his first 2 points of the ball game. And prior to this game, he'd only scored 1 point in his career against Iowa State.
Hoiberg hits the shot. How did he do that?
Well, you come to expect things like that from Fred Hoiberg.
This may go Kimbrough's shot one better here.
Comes off the picks. I don't know if he stepped on a foot there to lose the balance, but going down, good concentration. He's got those strong hands. Puts it in a bucket.
And Hoiberg uncharacteristically misses the free throw. What a shot that was by the senior from Ames. You say good shooters can shoot sitting down, and
that almost was.
Yeah.
That was falling down, maybe not sitting down.
Probably even tougher than sitting down, falling down like that.
Looks like we got, I think, box and one now. We got Holloway covering on Rutherford. Other guys in the zone.
Owens tiptoes and finds Collins. Shot clock down to 5. Gonna have to hurry it here. Pierce will get the shot off. Doesn't even find the rim, and Iowa State comes the other way. Holloway kicks to Mikalik. Down inside to Hayes. Kicked out of bounds by Rutherford. New 35-second clock.
Well, a good defense again forced the Cowboys to put up a bad shot.
Holloway will throw it in.
And Hoiberg coming around.
Mikalik is open outside, but wants a closer shot.
Good follow.
Can't get much closer than that.
The last couple, starting with the Missouri game, I think Mikulic's starting to become the play more aggressive.
Going to be a 20-second timeout called by Oklahoma State. Enter the Budweiser Championship ticket giveaway, and 2 all-session tickets to the Big 8 Conference basketball tournament in Kansas City could be yours. It's easy. Just print your name, address, zip code, and age on a 3x5 card and send it to the address on your screen. Winner will be selected via a random drawing of all entries received before midnight of February 28th. You must be 21 years of age or older to enter. For a copy of the official rules, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the same address. It's always been true. This Bud's for you. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Watch Mikalik on the drive. He comes up. Pierce turns him loose right there and gets caught underneath. Mikalik follows it up with the left hand, gets it down. That's 12 points for him. I think he's 6 for 6 in the ball game.
Mikalik with a tremendous all-around game. It hasn't just been offense. He's been getting it done on the defensive end, too. Cyclones down 1. Crowd starting to come alive. Collins goes for a closer shot. It's rejected by Meyer. And here come the Cyclones.
Well, they got about 4 on 1. Now to come away with a shot here.
Nice pass.
Oh, what a look by Hoiberg. Well, Eddie Sutton called that 20-second timeout to take the crowd out of the ball game, and Hoiberg brought him right back in a hurry.
And Collins takes him out again with the outside jump shot. 8 lead changes so far. Oklahoma State has had an uncanny ability to answer the crowd's roar with a bucket. They've done it several times in this game so far.
Well, you got to compliment their support players. So far in the second half. Throughout the ball game, they've really stepped up when Reeves has not been able to touch the ball very much, and the same with Rutherford.
That's a tough shot for Meyer, but he can make that.
Got Mikalik on Reeves. Oh, that's trouble.
That is trouble. That's a 2-pointer by Reeves. And the numbers are starting to crawl up for the big guy. And he still has the 2 fouls. Good news for Cyclone fans. Lauren Meyer and Julius Mikalik have no fouls each. The foul trouble should not be a factor, as it has been with Meyer many times. Hoiberg nearly does it again.
I don't know how that stayed out. That was down and out.
Follows on number 32, Terry Collins, his second personal, the 3rd team foul in that ball.
Iowa State's been playing some good defense. You see the penetration. Meyer comes over to fill the gap. The big guy blocks it. And now watch Hoiberg come.
They've got almost 4-on-1. He'll cut the middle. Watch him clear the people there. Draw the defense away and then dish back to the weak side. Great play by Hoiberg. That's what a middle guy has to do, is make the defenders commit one way and take them away from the ball and then give it back to the weak side.
Gary, if there's been any NBA concern about Fred Hoiberg, it's probably been his ability to shoot off the dribble.
I think that's, if there's anything at all, that'd be the only thing I think you could find with this guy.
And that's really searching for something, but we've seen him a couple times tonight stop and fade away and still find a good shot. The Cyclones are down 1. It's 41-40 Cowboys. What a game. Jerry Krause of the Chicago Bulls, he's probably here checking out Big Country and Lauren Meyer and Fred Hoiberg and Randy Rutherford, and probably just happy to get away from Scottie Pippen for a couple days.
Well, he's a good friend of Tim Floyd's, and he's, of course, sitting by Tim's wife, Beverly, over there. They've known each other for a number of years and keep in contact. I think Tim told me last night, almost weekly, they keep in contact by telephone.
Roberts scores immediately for Oklahoma State, and it's a three-point Cowboy edge. This game at Ames usually goes down to the last couple minutes. Oklahoma State has won 4 straight against Iowa State, broke a 5-game losing streak at Hilton last year. Lauren Meyer not able to play in that game. And you know why.
Well, the Cowboys did a good job of keeping their hands up there. Hoiberg was double-teamed. He could not get the ball to the open man.
Shot clock down to 6. Hoiberg loses the handle, tries to get it back and can't. Good defense that time by the Cowboys. Owens looking to take it all the way, and Hamilton says, no, I don't think so. This time Holloway takes it away.
They had Andre Owens stripping it, and then Holloway right there got it right back. Good heads-up play.
Good entry pass into Mikalik, and he is hammered. Remember our Pioneer Hybrid trivia question from earlier in our broadcast, who is the all-time leader in free throw percentage for his career? Ron Bayless at 86%, a little better than 86% in the 90s for the Cyclones, and Bayless was a tremendous point guard for Iowa State.
That's great concentration to shoot 86% for that foul line.
For a career.
As Yulo on the baseline, as soon as he sees advantage, he takes it in, pumps fake, goes up, and there's that action of the guy slinging his arm and trying to chop for the block, and normally you always get the foul when you do that, even if you catch the ball pretty clean.
Mikalik has 14 points.
Good job by the Cowboys.
Owens all the way to the basket, misses, but Reeves is right there to follow up, and he's got 9 now. The numbers starting to pile up for Big Country. Cyclones probably getting tired of watching him all over the place, too. It's tough playing defense on a guy like that.
That was a great job by the Cowboys against the press. Press has bothered Oklahoma State from time to time. They really handle it well.
Hoiberg gets a hand on it. Keontae Roberts got to be tired of following Fred around, too. Hamilton is down low and misses the shot. Stays with it. Gonna stay with the Cyclones. Budweiser quick stat coming at you. Both teams with 7 points off the bench. Jason Scare checks in for Oklahoma State. James Hamilton will leave, and Meyer comes back in for the Cyclones. Hamilton playing good defense, but he hasn't been able to convert a couple of close shots. Good entry pass to Hayes. He goes to the left hand.
Looked like maybe, Keith, that he could have just taken that up 2 hands. He made a tougher shot out of it, but he got it down.
That's how it'll show up in the stat column. Crowd chanting for defense. Nearly a turnover by Oklahoma State. Entry pass to Big Country, and what control he showed there. He knew he shouldn't jam it down. He just kind of flicked it in. Finger roll.
You can see how dangerous he is and how tough he is. If they just get a little crack at getting the ball to him, once he gets it, it is trouble.
And no time for napping when you're guarding him.
With Big Country, he got those 2 quick fouls and has been able to play without it.
Holloway pops the jumper. It's no good.
Almost to me looked like he wasn't sure whether he wanted to board it or put it on the rim.
Yeah, he definitely did not shoot that with the confidence you'd like to see. Owens looks at his feet to see if he's behind the arc. Instead goes to Big Country. That's trouble in there. And Mikalik picks up his first foul.
Let's see who this is called on, because Hoiberg got it on two, and Mikalik not having a foul. He does a smart thing right here to put up his hand quick.
Foul is on number 42.
They call it on Mikalik, and that's his first.
Watch it right now. I don't know if you can see it. There's the dish off. Mikalik will turn. Probably gets in there. There's Fred Hoiberg comes in. He has a grab. Everybody's getting a piece of the big guy.
Could have called it on either. Mikalik checks out. He is playing perhaps his finest all-around game of the season. But there's plenty left. There you see the numbers on Bryant Reeves. First player since Wilt Chamberlain to lead the Big Eight in scoring, rebounding, and field goal percentage. He did that his sophomore year. He has a chance to do that again this season. He's a little bit behind Ryan Meyer, just a percentage point for scoring. He leads in rebounding and field goal percentage. He makes them both. Big Country has 13 points now, and the Cowboys have a 5-point advantage. Fans are going to want a copy of this. The Johnny Orr story on video. Iowa State and Creative Sports have produced a special home video chronicling the Johnny Orr story at Iowa State, and it's available to you. See and hear Coach Orr reflecting on his outstanding teams, marquee players, and most memorable victories. Call 1-800-764-5441 to reserve your copy of this exclusive home video. Cost is $19.99 plus shipping and handling. Visa and MasterCard accepted. Again, it's 1-800-764-5441. Back to the action. The Cyclones need a bucket here, nearing the 11-minute mark, and Iowa State having some trouble scoring. Myers open inside. He stops it.
Cyclones needed a big basket right there. Need something to bring the crowd back in the ballgame. They need something on the defensive end right now, too, because the Cowboys have been scoring. It's been too easy for them to score here in the early minutes of the second half. Made some good adjustments.
Fred Hoiberg senses that. A moment ago, he was raising his arms in the air, telling the crowd, come on, we need your help. Hamilton locked that shot in.
I think that's exactly what happened.
I think he swiped it off the backboard and in.
That extra size is a factor with Hamilton being 6'7" compared to Mikalik at 6'10" or 6'11". It makes it appear as if that passing lane is more wide open.
Mikalik getting a breather. Pierce takes it away from Meyer, and another turnover for the Cyclones.
Oklahoma State playing looked like that time in a triangle.
Hayes, that's a heck of a play. He takes it down, too. The numbers are against him. Ball stolen away from Pierce, and Hayes takes it back.
Hayes got lucky there because he was trying to force something. He was one on about 3. That's the time to pull it out, set it up, make sure you get a good shot.
Those are numbers in the inverse. That's a good shot. Hoiberg left open for a change. 20-second timeout, Cyclones.
Well, Fred hasn't had a chance to get a lot of good looks. Let's watch him here. He comes out, he gets one pick there. Coming underneath, he gets another pick there. Gets freed up right there, and that's as wide open as Fred Hoiberg has been to shoot the basketball, and he nails it.
That's a good replay there by our crew, because it really shows how hard he has to work, and more importantly, how hard his teammates have to work to get him a shot. That's unselfish. Just a reminder, later in the game, Gary and I will be choosing the Pioneer Seed Corn player of the game. And that's wide open right now.
Well, Big Country has come to life. In fact, all the players, Hoiberg, he's come back with a good second half performance, but Reeves, 12 second half points.
Let's check out this second half score from Missouri. Iowa State women are up 44-38, a 6-point second half lead. That would be a tremendous road victory for Teresa Becker's Cyclones. OSU up by 3. Nice move to the bucket, Terry Collins.
Oklahoma State going to a lot of individual penetration right now. They have the quickness and the athleticism here, and they're hurting Iowa State.
Mikalik shoves it down to Hurl Beecham. Beecham is fouled. Hurl has had a good career against Oklahoma State.
Well, Beecham doesn't get any shots. It is important because Oklahoma State now has moved to 5 team fouls. Iowa State with just 1 here in the second half.
Remember, later in the telecast, Gary and I will be choosing the DuPont Accent Off the Bench Award winner. That's the Cyclone coming off the bench to make the greatest contribution to his team. DuPont Accent Point Herbicide. The Accent is on tomorrow. Hoiberg, he's also coming alive. He's got 13 points. Cyclones down 3. Now, every time the crowd gets up like this, the Cowboys,
they've had the answer, haven't they, so far?
Let's see if they do it again here. Crowd chanting defense.
Oh, you want to stay down on Big Country up there.
Shot clock down to 7. Gonna have to get one off. Pierce, he traveled. Pierce doesn't agree with the call, but I think he did shuffle his feet before he took off. Budweiser quick stats, excuse me, Gary, for you. Iowa State with 14 turnovers, Oklahoma State with 10, so it's starting to even out a little bit.
Right, I was going to say, that's the kind of defense that Iowa State has to get back to. Oklahoma State was scoring easy within the first, I'd say, 16, 17 seconds. That time you start putting the pressure, running the clock down, it puts pressure on those shooters to look for that shot and get it off, and you don't always get the shot you want.
Jason Kimbrough is back in at the point guard position as Holloway plays about the first 11 minutes. Kimbrough was a spark in the first half, scored 4 points, including that momentum shifter. Hoiberg misses a 3, but Mikalik snuck in from behind, and he's called for the foul.
Be the second on Yulo. But again, I think Tim Floyd is going to like that. He doesn't like the foul naturally, but you show the aggressiveness. Here's Hoiberg going up with a shot. The ball come off. See with Yulo right there. He comes over. Rakes down and close. Gets the ball, but he rakes down and comes through the arm.
Took his arm with him. Officials do a good job when you consider how many plays they have to watch during the course of a 40-minute basketball game.
Hurl Beecham did not score a point against Nebraska, but Tim Floyd said he did a good job in that ball game because his defense was strong, and he's doing a nice job right now in Rutherford.
Well, we say you're going to wake the Giant up sooner or later, and Big Country has come alive. He's got 17 points.
Well, we said it's tough to hold down outstanding ball players for a whole ball game.
Sharp entry pass to Yulo, and Yulo does a good job of getting a good look at the basket.
Well, Pierce cannot handle him down there. He's got moves, and Pierce also has 3 fouls. So as a player, you'd like to keep yourself in the ball game. He knows if he picks up a 4th early, he's going to sit down. So he's not as aggressive as he normally would be defensively.
I don't know how much it shows up on your television screen, but Lauren Meyer and Yulo are banging with Big Country so much, I think his jersey is rubbing off on them. They've got like red, or they got the black ink all over their white jerseys. You can see it on Yulo and on Lauren Meyer because they are bumping back and forth.
Now, Pierce doing a heck of a job. He's a transfer from Illinois, but he's just done a great job for the Cowboys in this one, rebounding and shooting the basketball. This one rims out.
And that one comes out, and Jason Kimbrough matches up with Owens' quickness, but Owens nearly takes it away.
He's trouble out there. He can put some pressure on him.
Yeah, he's quick. You don't even get a hint that he's about to strike for a steal. He does not telegraph it whatsoever.
Iowa State a little out of sync here the last couple of possessions on their offense.
Does that happen at all when you change point guards? So you have to get used to the other point?
Throwing through traffic. That's a ball that should have been made over the top. Quick hands.
Still a 3-point Oklahoma State lead. This game is going fast. We're down to 6 minutes to play. Shot clock at 15. Pierce, who keeps popping from outside, does it again.
And have to quicker recover on him because he has got the green light right now. He's putting everything up.
Cyclones again down 5.
You know, as a coach, you try and give something up to somebody that's on the weak side, you think it's not going to do it, and Pierce steps up and kills you right now.
It's not easy being a coach. That's why they're paid so well. 18 points for Yulo. He's having a great game.
Let's watch the foreplay. I don't know if this is 4 on the baseline. They step out. Pierce comes out.
It is loud. Owens has an answer. Boy, Oklahoma State is not rattled by the crowd.
And we said that Andre Owens has really been playing well the last few ball games, shooting the ball well.
He has 13 points, and he's created a lot of turnovers with his quickness. Kimbrough is wide open.
Iowa State wanted the foul.
Cyclones wanted the foul badly. Tim Floyd is upset and yelling. Not going to change the call, though. Cyclones down 6.
Here, he's on Lauren Meyer. They're trying to go inside. Watch Big Country. He's got his right arm wrapped all around him. I don't know, Lauren's stepping back. I don't know whether he's pulling. You can't really tell from that angle, but he doesn't get called. And I think what Tim Floyd's saying, if that isn't going to be a foul down here, let's make sure we don't get one called on us on the other end.
Kimbrough creates a turnover. Owens, everybody's all over the court. Great idea by Kimbrough. Didn't quite pull it off. Went to the timeout real quick. Heads up play by the sophomore. Already on the line. Good thinking, though. Good heads up play.
Good hustle by Iowa State right there. Hoiberg down on the floor. Kimbrough down on the floor. Cowboy player down on the floor. They lost the ball for a while.
The fan was driving it to Des Moines or something, but they had to take it away. Maybe checking the court, I think, for moisture. A lot of sweaty bodies going all out for the ball that time.
Some players thinking right now, this is not a bad deal. Get a little chance to catch your breath.
Oh, they're finding some phantom spots out there right now. Hey, I think you missed one.
Good look at Eddie Sutton. 3 times the National Coach of the Year. The only coach that's taken 4 teams to the NCAA tournament. He took Creighton, Oklahoma State, of course, and then Arkansas and Kentucky.
Owens is bleeding, and of course the blood rule in college basketball. He's
got Fred.
Yeah, we got Hoiberg bleeding on the other end. Court burns. Do they have to leave the game? Has that been changed at all?
You've got to get him out. They're tending to him right now. Take care of him. You've got to get out and get that stop right now, or else you get a timeout.
All right, so both teams lose a player. Oklahoma State loses Owens. Iowa State loses Hoiberg. I would say the Cyclones lost that trade. We expect to see them both back in as soon as they control the blood. Iowa State needs to control the bleeding here in a hurry. It's down 6.
And Iowa State back to front and back on Big Country.
Rutherford for 3. Missed it. Big rebound by Terry Collins. Fresh clock, and they're going to be able to push it inside the 4-minute mark if Oklahoma State chooses to.
They're liable to milk a little clock right here.
Pierce with a lob inside to Reeves, and that's just automatic. He does not miss those point-blank shots. That's been a source of frustration for Iowa State. Missed a lot of close shots during that losing streak. I mean, point-blank right under the basket range. Big Country just doesn't miss those.
Well, he averaged 26 points and 10 rebounds against Iowa State last year, and I think he had something like 30-something here, and they won by 2 last year.
It's getting to be trouble time for the Cyclones. Cyclones have turned it over 17 times, down 8, 3:30 to play. Can't let it get too much further.
And they need to stop. This is a big possession. Eddie Sutton says, take it out, spread it out, let's run. He's talking about motion now. Let's get movement.
Inside to Reeves, kicks it out to Pierce, back to Reeves. He just does not miss there.
You know, with Iowa State getting a little tired right now or not, but they're not able to recover and get back. Tim Floyd getting the timeout.
Good timeout by Floyd, because It's in danger of getting away from the Cyclones. Reeves now with 21 points after not shooting for 18 minutes.
Good job of getting that ball to Reeves in the second half. You see there, he's doubled up. He goes back outside. Now you recover. Now it spreads the people. You see two big guys both went out. Leave Beecham back here alone, and there's no contest. There's a breakdown there because both guys, big guys for Iowa State, went out to recover outside.
Quick check of three-point shooting for the Cyclones shows Iowa State at 2 of 4 from behind the three-point stripe. Remember, the Caring Program for Children gets $300 for every Cyclone three-point basket. That's $600 earned tonight. Oh, and Hoiberg almost gets the bank.
Well, Fred trying to make something happen there. Just taking it on a drive and forcing the shot up and just get himself to the free throw line, which normally is like 2 points in the bank.
Hoiberg leading the Big 8 in free throw percentage.
No, he's dropped down to number 2 right now. Yeah. Missed what he missed, couple three against Nebraska, I think. 85.3%.
Still pretty darn good. And he makes that one. And both of them, second one, nothing but net. Cyclones down 8, and now defense becomes the key. They're pressing.
Looking for a turnover here. They got it.
One. Oh! Got to be hard for Tim Floyd to watch that happen right in front of him.
That's just I don't know if you call that a turnover or not. You have really possessed. I don't know if he had complete possession of that basketball where you count it a turnover, but you get the job done what you want and then can't come away with the basketball.
And Kimbrough rides Owens and gets whistled for a foul.
Well, Iowa State has a chance to gamble on some plays right now. That was just their third team foul, so they've got 3 more that they can go with until they put Oklahoma State in the 1-on-1.
Time becoming a real factor. It's the friend of Oklahoma State. It is the foe of Iowa State. Rutherford has not been much of a factor in this game. Surprisingly, he has been having such a superb season for the Cowboys, but as long as he's out there, he's dangerous. There's a turnover.
One of the other big things we forgot about talking about is Reeves had 2 fouls early and has played the rest of the time without picking up a 3rd foul.
Sutton doesn't like it. Crowd calling for a tee, but that's not likely unless he really lets something slip out.
Iowa State needs to score in this possession.
Oklahoma State is still playing defense right in the face. Hurl's got a shot at 3. Too strong. And Kimbrough did chase after.
Right, when that ball shot from that way, and I don't know if his job there was to get back, but you know the chance of that ball coming off and long to the baseline, and that's where he should have headed right away, instead of straight into the basket. You have a chance then to recover the long rebound.
Did not miss that 3 by much, and boy, that would have set the...
Tim Floyd going with defense now. He'll probably be alternating the rest of the way. Hamilton and Meekly.
Cyclones gambling. It's getting to be that time of the game.
Cowboys doing a good job of, on any double-ups, of getting rid of the ball right away to the open man. No help on the backside, and it's over the top. Reeves points to his teammate and says, good pass. Good execution here by the Cowboys. Back to 10.
Reeves doesn't shoot it till there's a minute 30 to go in the first half, and here he is with 23 points. Beecham from way outside, and it's good.
You know, nice thing about that shot, he come off, didn't panic, he just took the shot up and...
Turnover. Cyclones keep it alive. Great save.
Might get Hoiberg open for another 3. There it is.
Hoiberg has to double pump, and it's good. Hoiberg drains it.
What a big shot. That puts him right back in the ball game.
Fred Hoiberg has come up big for Iowa State so many times this year.
Could be a 4-point play.
Double pump and still put it in after being fouled.
Gets the man to come up with a little pump fake, goes up, makes it a tough shot, but gets it down, gets raked. And look at Beecham react.
Nice pirouette by Beecham. Hoiberg can bring it to within 3. He misses it. Cyclones.
Think he's trying to time out or not.
They called a jump ball, we know that. We also know James Hamilton was signaling for a timeout. Good shot of the officials conferring right there.
When Iowa State gets possession of the basketball, they may want to rule that it's not a timeout.
Jump ball, ball goes to Iowa State. The possession arrow is pointing toward the Cyclones. Boy, Hurl Beecham and Fred Hoiberg with two huge threes. And if the Cyclones can get a basket, maybe it's good that Hoiberg missed the shot. No free throw.
Like I said, that may not be all bad to get the jump ball. You only got a minute 23 seconds left here right now. So you gain a possession, you save a timeout for another possession.
Well, Hoiberg didn't miss the free throw on purpose, but it could turn out to be helpful. It looked over, but Hoiberg and Beecham scores 6 points in a hurry. Whoa. Let's watch the finish of this. Oklahoma State may be thinking about a couple of years ago when the Cowboys were ahead by about 18 and somehow squandered the lead to Iowa State, went to overtime. Remember, Thigpen hit all those threes and everything, and it's danger of happening again here.
Well, Iowa State's got to think about fouls, too. They have 4 team fouls. They can go tough for the basketball, try and get a double up, go after it. If they get a foul with only 1:23 to go, you may end up wanting yourself to be in a position where you send them to the foul line. So they've got a number of things to think about right now on that coaching staff for Iowa State.
Kimbrough will inbounds it. He's been strong off the bench, and it goes to Hoiberg. But Fred Hoiberg has made so many big shots, and he triple pumps, no foul call.
That was one time, I think, Fred, we got him up in the air. He should have just took a little dribble to the side and took his shot.
Oklahoma State gets the job done on defense.
You need to gamble, I think, right here. Foul him early. See, you need to foul him right early right there because it's one-on-one, and you only got 14 fouls.
Cyclones down 6. Big Country does not miss from in close. We've seen it. And Beecham, no good. Hoiberg tries to hustle to it. Turnover created. Beecham is under the basket, and it's good.
You see, this is what Iowa State can do. They can really go tough for the basketball because they're not...
It's 68-64. We've got a timeout on the court.
Iowa's only Flex Steel Factory Outlet is your gift-giving center. Flex Steel standard for quality at Flex Steel Factory Outlet's lowest prices. Dad will smile with a new Flex Steel recliner, and Mom will smile too with a stylish new Flex Steel sofa. Our Flex Steel recliners start at $199. Flex Steel sofas start at only $299.
Cyclones trail by 4. There are 41.7 seconds to play in the ball game. Iowa State really would love to pull its record to 5-5 in the Big 8 Conference. Oklahoma State trying to stay in the race for first place. And Big Country Reeves has done it again here. Second half, he has scored 22 points. Meyer got hit in the jaw, and he is on the bench shaking off an injury. So Sean Jackson checks in. He's a scrapper. He plays hard. He's the kind of guy that could create a steal here. He's on Big Country right now as the Cyclones go to a full court press. Collins having trouble getting it in. Hayes nearly created a turnover. And the foul on Hayes.
That's a good attempt, though, because you only got 40 seconds to go. And as I said, Iowa State now moves up to 5 team fouls. They still got 1 to waste before they get Oklahoma State in the 1-1. Want to be careful not to get a baseball pass length of the court in this situation. They try to run Rutherford out, but there's a steal.
Turnover. Hoiberg.
Oh, what a play.
What a play.
Timeout.
Cyclones down 2. Oklahoma State has to call a timeout, and the full court pressure works. Can you believe this comeback by Iowa State?
This is really great effort. And like I said, not being in foul trouble really gives you the opportunity to go tough for the ball and not be expensive at all, and that's down the line. Here, he's trying to hang on. This is one time he's not getting rid of the ball quick enough. We talked earlier as Hoiberg then steals it, takes it in, and jams it down with authority. They were doing a great job early of beating the 2 times, giving the ball up early.
Hilton Magic. It's working right now. The Cyclones on a 10-2 run. It looked over. Oklahoma State up 10 with about 2:30 to go.
That's the beauty of the three-point shot. You're never out of that when you got that three-point shot available to you.
Well, Bobby Knight can't sleep at night because of the 3, but most of the fans here love it a lot. It certainly has changed college basketball. 68-66.
The Cowboys have to think back when Justice Thigpen resurrected the Cyclones here a couple years back and brought them back with some great shooting. They were down big time, and the Cyclones got the win. They've got the momentum on their side, and still with 1 foul to give.
Tonight's accent off the bench player is Hurl Beecham, who came off the bench to spark the Cyclones, the senior from Des Moines North High School. Heck of an effort. He really made that first one that got the run going.
One thing you do not want to bust your bubble right now is with, I said, the long down court pass, a breakaway. Run somebody off the screen, the back pick and send him down, some kind of play like that. Want to keep him in front of them so they can put the pressure on, a chance to go for that steal, or like I say, with 34 seconds, shot clock's going to be off, so they're going to have to get to a point where they might have to pick up that 6th foul to get him in a 1-on-1.
Collins cannot move. He is on the spot. Owens finds a crease.
Got a man open down deep, and Big Country did not spot him. Pierce was wide open for the layup. And Eddie Sutton is showing and pointing to him. You had him wide open.
Sean Jackson comes into the game to harass the Cowboys, and he's done an effective job. Cyclones have some fouls to give, and that's been the difference.
Reeves is probably, percentage-wise, is the guy you'd want to foul.
All kinds of harassment going
Boy,
on.
almost got the steal right there. Then we got the foul call, and the Cowboys will go in the 1-and-1. Is that Owens, the freshman, will be on, or I mean, the junior college kid will go to the line.
Cyclones with 25 seconds to go, and it's hard not to think of that game a couple of years ago. I think it was Garwin Alexander who had to shoot 2 free throws. He was one of the best free throw shooters in the nation, and he missed them both because he said the floor was vibrating.
Well, they said the floor kind of shakes, and there it goes off. Oh, and didn't seal the Rutherford off.
Rutherford,
what a big mistake.
With a rebound, somebody forgot about him. Hoiberg thought he had the steal, but a foul is called. The clock is down to 18 and a half, and a huge missed opportunity by the Cyclones. Owens.
Let's watch. Here's Rutherford, and Beecham does not get him sealed off going in the middle. He fakes him back, comes in right there, and Rutherford comes up with a big, big rebound.
Rutherford is a 77% free throw shooter, and he is not rattled.
This is the big one here. If he hits this one, it's a 2-possession game. If he does hit it, if I'm Iowa State, I'm going to push it down quick, take it right to the basket, try and get the easy 2 or a foul, kill the clock.
Randy Rutherford, cool as ice. The rebound and 2 free throws. The Cyclones need to score in a hurry. Beecham from way out.
What a shot. Unbelievable.
That is an unbelievable shot.
That is some strength, Key. He just turns his body and flicks it up there.
Oh, my goodness. Hurl Beecham, that had to be 25 feet with somebody in his face. He's our off-the-bench player. Look at the wrist strength to even take this shot.
Look at his body. He's turned away. He turns right there, goes up. Good release and follows through. You see the flick of that wrist. Nothing but net, and Iowa State is still alive with 10 and a half seconds to play.
Well, the Cyclones can foul. They can make 2 shots, and Iowa State can still make 3 to tie it. Hurl Beecham comes off the bench and delivers 2 threes from Des Moines North High School. He shot those from way out. That 25 feet.
Oh, yeah. Like I say, great strength. You got that size. Beats him about 6'5". Got that leverage to get it up and down. Great shot, and you can just see that wrist on the shot. The follow through.
Well, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but you can just sense that if Iowa State could somehow pull this out, this is the kind of momentum builder that could make the Cyclones forget about that nightmare of a schedule and road trip that they took a couple of weeks ago and that 4-game losing streak, and just really hit the stretch on a big-time run.
Now they got the shot. They're going to be able to move underneath the basket throw in. One of the things you got to watch for is getting a rare pick set on you so you don't run over somebody. Officials don't like to call that play, but when it's right in front of you, it's hard not to call it.
Cyclones must guard against a full-court pass that could run the clock out as well. John Jackson and James Hamilton. Derek Hayes and Fred Hoiberg and Jason Kimbrough. A small but quick lineup for the Cyclones. They will try to deny the inbounds pass. Collins finds Pierce.
Oh, that's close to an intentional foul. Not a smart way to do it. They put the ball in the hands of their best free throw shooter, Scott Pierce, who's had a terrific game tonight, shooting 81%.
The adrenaline just a little too cranked that time for Sean Jackson. I don't think he meant to hammer him, but he was so juiced up about committing the foul. And of course, Pierce very smartly gave it the full body flop onto the floor.
Well, what this gives you, even if he hits 2 free throws, it gives you 9 seconds here to convert, to get the ball up the floor.
He makes it. Pioneer hybrid player of the game is Fred Hoiberg with 20 points. That's our Pioneer Seed Corn player of the game. Pierce is an 81% free throw shooter.
Got to remember to seal off again.
He missed it. Meyer has the rebound. The Cyclones can tie it with a 2 or win it with a 3. 5 seconds to play.
Got to push it.
Mikalik from way out. He missed it.
That would have been a game winner. What a ball game.
What a
tough one to lose.
Basketball game. The Cyclones, without a timeout, had to play the clock out. Kimbrough, looking for a shooter, did not want to take the shot himself. Found Mikalik, and really, Gary, not a bad look at the basket.
No, you got a good cut. I mean, that's anytime said Yulo struggled a little bit here this year in the outside shooting, but you couldn't ask for a better cut for a game winner than what Yulo got.
Scott Pierce, give him credit, made the first free throw, stayed in there coolly, missed the second one, but the Cyclones just not able to get a shot that they wanted. That's the kind of time you really wish you had that one timeout to go and set up a play.
Right, well, I think the story with Reeves in that second half, you know, he went all that ball game. I don't think he ever picked up that 3rd foul.
I don't think he did either, but what a comeback by Iowa State. The Cyclones do not pick up the win, and it is a somewhat costly loss, but give them credit. They never stop playing hard.